Welcome to 1000 Days Sober. My name is Davy. I'm not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I'm someone that doesn't drink alcohol, and I spend every waking moment of my life helping other people do the same, like right now. Okay, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about my mum and dad, which is not unusual. I do like to talk about my mum and dad a lot. Mum and dad, if you're watching this, I do apologize for talking about you quite a lot. But you do crop up quite a lot when it comes to me talking about drinking, because you do like to have the old pint, and you parenting of me, like most children in Western society, did lead to me wanting to drink alcohol. So it just makes sense for me to talk about you. So there you are. There's my caveat out of the way. You can disown me if you like. Okay, so when the coronavirus started sweeping around the world and everybody realized that they weren't going to be able to go to the pub or anything like that anymore, as we know, reading the media, watching TV, the instances of drinking at home increased. Of course it did. It was obvious, right? Now, let me tell you something about my mum and dad. My mum and dad never ever drink at home, okay? Now my dad, who is, I don't know, he's approaching somewhere between 65 and 70, started drinking when he was 14, 15 years of age. I've never seen my dad drink at home, right? So my dad likes to drink. He'll go out on the weekends. Sunday's his big day. He'll go out a couple of days in midweek, but he never ever drinks at home. I've never seen him drink at home. My mum will not buy alcohol to drink at home. You won't see her going to the supermarket and buying herself some wine or whatever. But if me or my sisters were to go around the house and offer her some, she may partake. Christmas, she'll partake, that kind of thing. But again, she's not a home drinker. She will go to the pub with my dad and she'll drink on the weekend, on a Saturday afternoon or something, and in the week she likes to have a drink as well. But when coronavirus hit and everybody was on lockdown, guess what happened? My mum and my dad started drinking at home. I would ring them up. Yes, this guy, me, who helps people to quit alcohol. And as I would be talking to them, my dad would thrust a beer in front of the camera and go, "Look at me, I'm drinking Corona, ha ha ha." Which is not really funny to me when I'm helping people to quit alcohol, but that's another story, right? So there you are, my mum and dad drinking alcohol. And I can imagine a lot of people look at that and go, "Oh, that's really cute, you know? What are you moaning about, Lee?" Because as they are drinking alcohol out in the garden, they're actually connecting. Okay? And my mum and dad, they don't have the most connected relationship. My dad is one of those dads who had kids in the 70s and the 80s whose dad didn't teach him how to love people, how to apologize, how to show their woman a good time, how to do anything like that. So they don't have a very kind of like intimate, connected, deep kind of relationship. So you could say, well, this is fantastic. They're now drinking at home. That means they're connecting. The pandemic was a good thing. It brought the Davies together, right? However, I have a different opinion, okay? I believe that when people drink alcohol, they tell themselves at a conscious level that they're doing it to connect, but subconsciously they're doing it to disconnect. Yep, completely the opposite, folks, right? Get with me. My mum and dad, they're at home. They got a pandemic, okay? They don't really have a close connected relationship. They can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They're fed up of watching TV. What do? They've got to talk to each other. Fuck that. We can't talk to each other. Let's go to the shop. Let's get some beers. Let's go in the garden and let's drink. And while we drink, we can just talk about the weather until we both eventually lose our memory and black out. That way, we don't have to connect. We don't have to talk to each other. We don't have to tell each other about our melancholy and our sadness and how we are really upset with each other and what's going on and our disconnection and our lack of intimacy. We don't have to talk about any of that. We could just shoot the shit in the garden, drinking this bottle or this can or whatever. And what is happening is they are using it as an excuse to not deal with their shit, right? Now, the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, I think he was German, tell me if he's not, he was somebody who abhorred alcohol. He hated alcohol with a passion because he believed that when you drink alcohol, it weakens your resolve to sort your shit. You just ain't gonna deal with your problems. You're actually, if you drink alcohol, more likely to say to yourself, okay, this is my path of least resistance and it's okay with me. I don't need to change. I don't need to get off it. I don't need to carve out a new one. Everything is hunky-dory. I don't need to deal with my problems. And I believe there will be millions, if not billions of people right now in the COVID-19 pandemic, right, who are doing exactly what Nietzsche spoke out against. They are drinking and drinking and drinking as a way to numb their problems, as a way to disconnect from reality, disconnect from themselves, disconnect to other people, but they're doing it all with this little bow tied around their head that says we are connecting when we're not. It's all absolutely fucking bullshit, okay? So over to you. Where in your life are you currently drinking alcohol as a way to disconnect? Be honest, be truthful, lean in to that vulnerability and let me know. Thanks for listening.